Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, Happiness Handmade. My name is Lisa and I am a lover of all things crochet. If you are new to my channel, hello and welcome. If you are already subscribed, welcome back. So you're probably noticing a couple of different things in the crochet corner today. I'm actually going live on Palm Street today, but I wanted to start filming this video for YouTube. I will certainly give you a breakdown on how Palm Street is going and how the live is going, but that is for another video. In today's video, it's related to that, but in today's video, I want to talk all about growing your crochet business. I've been live with my crochet business, Happiness Handmade, for 7 months now. So I am still a newbie through and through, but I have noticed that I have seen some success in some different avenues of growing my crochet business. And I want to share that info with you guys. I'm all about transparency on my channel, so I want to share with you what's been working, what hasn't, what revenue streams I am working towards, and which ones are going well, which ones aren't. And hopefully you will be able to gain some knowledge into the different revenue streams that you can do as a crochet artist and with your crochet business. Maybe there's some revenue streams that you haven't thought of before. Maybe there's some new ones out there that I'm here to teach you, or maybe there's ones that you already know about but aren't sure how to get started. We're going to break it all down in this video today. So get your whips, get your hooks, get your fiber fill, get your yarn, and let's get into it. So like I said, I'm pretty new to owning my own business. This is the first and only business that I have ever owned, my Happiness Handmade crochet business. I am absolutely loving it. And I think that's going to be my first hot tip for today's video. Find your passion. Obviously, this video is focused on growing your crochet business. So I'm hoping that those of you that are watching have found your passion in crochet. But I will say, it is going to take a lot of work to build your business. And so crochet is something that I am extremely passionate about. I love it. To me, it's my therapy. It brings me closer to family members that have passed. My goal with Happiness Handmade is just to spread God's love and joy and warmth to everyone who experiences me on my platform or experiences seeing me at markets or buying my makes or giving my makes away. I want everyone to feel God's love, joy, and happiness every time they experience anything related to Happiness Handmade. And that's really the crux of where this business started. So I encourage you to just, maybe you love crochet. It is helpful to kind of take a step back and find, why do you love crochet? What about it are you passionate about? What are the specific things that drive you every day to continue to crochet and grow your crochet business? Because once you find that, it'll be a lot easier to help drive where you want your business to go next. Now I want to talk a little bit about different revenue streams. So I will be the first to admit, when I first started looking into having my own crochet business, I honestly thought it was just going to be me making crochets and selling them to people, which is still a huge part of the job. It's a huge part of the business, but there is so much more to it, especially if you're wanting to grow. Now, this video in particular is about growing your crochet business. If you enjoy making your crochets, selling them to your friends, to your family, or just crocheting to make things, or you love going to markets and that's your jam and you just want to do markets, do that. Do what you love, do what you're passionate about, do what makes you happy. But if you're looking to grow, it's really helpful to look at different streams of revenue, especially for a crochet business, because as we all know, crochet is extremely time intensive. It's low barrier to entry, which I love, right? You just need a hook and yarn and maybe a couple patterns under your belt, get a couple stitches under your belt, and then you can really make just about anything, which is really great. But it does take a lot of time to make these things. So you'll definitely gonna want to look for different revenue streams for your crochet business. So I'm gonna briefly walk through all of my revenue streams that I am currently in now and what I hope to break into in the future. I'm going to first start with online sales. So for me, I have a shop on Etsy where I sell physical items, I offer custom work, and I put my patterns on there as well. And I love having an online store. There's a lot of noise and different opinions about Etsy, which is understandable. I loved going to Etsy first because it really takes all the guesswork out of how to build an online presence as far as selling your items. They really set everything up for you, and they already have a large following of people that are going to that website each and every day. And there's an opportunity for them to see your business and your shop and see your makes. Those are the big reasons why I chose Etsy. There are other online options. So there's Shopify, there's other online presence that you can create. You can create your own website. That's a really big one. I don't know where to start with my own website. I would love to, launch a big, bright, brand new website for Happiness Handmade, but I'm just not there yet. That's definitely something that I'd like to consider in the future. But right now, with where I'm at, Etsy is such a good option for me. So think about selling online. You will need to think about how are you going to ship your items? What price points do you want them to be at? What items do you want to have on your shop? So those are all the things that will be in your control that you'll want to think about. But once you have an idea of what you want to do, Etsy makes it really easy for you to jump into that online space. So that's my first recommendation, is find an online retail space for you to sell your makes. The next revenue stream that I utilize is retail. So I am very, very blessed to have a couple of retail spaces within my area where I live that allow small businesses to sell their items there. And so I encourage you to look for those opportunities within your area. I have a painted tree, so I have a painted tree space, and I just launched another retail space in the Kansas City area. It's called the Queen Bee. So you're gonna be able to start seeing Happiness Handmade plushies and loveys and crochets, home decor there. So that's 2 retail spaces that I am now a part of. You will, from my experience, you will need to pay for the retail space. So you'll definitely want to take that into consideration. Look at the different options that you have. Some other crocheters, they go to small businesses that are in kind of the same style as they are. So for example, if someone sells a lot of loveys or plushies for children, maybe they want to check out a small local boutique shop for babies or for expecting moms. Get in with those, introduce yourself, have a conversation with them, and see if they would be willing to sell any of your items at their retail space. So that's a great way to get in. I'm at the Painted Tree, I'm at the Queen Bee, which is local to my area, but it's a great way to open up another revenue stream for you. Consider the cost of the rent, consider the traffic to the store. The store should have information about, how many customers they see on a daily or a monthly or even a yearly basis. Do they do, fun activities? I know the Painted Tree does a lot of fun things. They'll do a ladies' night or like a Galentine's event. They do like a big spring vendor showcase day. So there's other things that they do to bring the public into their store. This is a great way for you to not only sell your items, but get your name out there in the local community too. The next revenue stream that I utilize is markets, local markets, vendor fairs, craft shows, markets at events, vendor booths at other events locally. I have done a couple of markets. If you saw my last video, it was all about my first spring market. And it's a great way to, again, get your name out there, get into the local community, and sell your plushies. Things to consider with markets is time. I find markets take a really long time to prepare for. Many times they're on the weekends. So if you have a family or if you have work obligations or anything like that, those are things to consider. And there will typically almost always be some type of vendor booth fee that you're going to want to pay attention to. There'll be display items that you'll want to utilize. Maybe you'll have to rent or buy a table. So there's other costs associated up front. But once you have those items and you have a fit for, what you want your booth to look like, and you've collected those items, those display items, then as you go to markets, it's really just the vendor booth fee that you need to pay attention to. And there are markets everywhere for all different things, all different walks of life, all different activities. I personally like to find markets that are really kid friendly. I can sell my plushies and my loveys there. And then I myself have 2 small children. So I love that when I do a market and then my husband brings the kids to see me, there's activities for them to do because I want it to be fun for them. If they're not going to get to hang out with mom all day on a Saturday, I want them to have some fun things to do while they are at the market. So that's how I choose my markets, but that may change in the future, and the way you choose markets may change as well. But it's a great way, again, to get your name out there in the local community, to sell your crochets and open up another revenue stream. Another stream of revenue that I utilize is going live, doing lives either on social media or different apps. There's all different types of apps and platforms where you can go live, and it might not be a platform where you can sell items, but it's a great way to get your name out there. Do a crochet and chat, do a little live vlog, anything like that to get your name out there and maybe generate some revenue. A lot of these lives allow, super thanks or tips or things like that. So you can grow a platform there. Even if it's not a way to sell your crochets, it's a way to gain an audience and gain interest in what you're doing. So maybe if you go live, maybe you won't sell anything there, but you can share them your social media platform or your Etsy page or your website and drive more people to those places, and that will gain some additional revenue stream. For me, I go live on Palm Street. So you've heard me talk about Palm Street before. It was an app that was originally for plants and those who buy and sell different reptiles and snakes, and it's definitely still that. But they are really pushing for more handmade makers to have more of a bigger presence for makers. So I will go live. My goal is to go live at least once a month where I can sell my crochets live. It is such a fun experience. Again, you will need to have shipping set up, which again is great. If you have an online presence, you already have kind of your shipping figured out. And then when you go live on Palm Street, you'll have your shipping figured out for that too. It's a great way. It's another great revenue stream for your business. And then of course, one of my personal favorites is custom orders. I love doing custom work. Now, I will say I'm still new to the business, to owning my own business. So a lot of the custom work that I have done has been for friends and family. That's a great place to start. And I am not ashamed to say that a lot of my custom sales has been through friends and family. And I love the custom work because I really get to interact with the customer and they get to kind of have a say in what they want the item to be or what they want the item to look like, what colors they want, what yarn they want to use, how big or how small. And typically when you're working on a custom, it's either a gift for someone, it's for a special event, and I just love being a part of that. So customs is actually a really big part of my business. I make sure that I tell people that I offer customs everywhere I go, whether I'm going live on Palm Street. I have a space in Etsy that mentions custom orders to definitely reach out to me for customs. And I also have a custom form that folks can fill out when I'm at markets. Actually, my last spring market, I was able to get a custom order from there. So there wasn't anything that I sold on my at my booth for that person. They didn't buy anything, but I got to share about my customs. And she wanted a custom lovey. So I have a a form where she filled it out, and now I have a custom order. So this is a great way, especially if you're unsure about online, if you're unsure about live, custom orders is a great place to start too. Another thing that I did is there is a dance community here in Kansas City, as many larger cities have, dance schools and places where kids can learn how to dance, all different styles of dance. And they're having a fundraiser night, and I donated one of my dancer dolls to that fundraiser in hopes that there will be others who would love to get custom dancer dolls from me. So little things like that won't cost a lot of money to get into these areas is a great way to start gaining more business. And again, getting your name out there and making some money off of those custom orders. Another great revenue stream is designing your own patterns. So when I first got into crochet, I was and I'm still so impressed by everyone that can create patterns and can do no-sew and different techniques and are so creative, and they can create the most beautiful patterns. They can put the most beautiful instructions together, and I so admire those pattern designers. I never thought that I could be one, to be totally frank. Like, I didn't think I could ever design my own crochet pattern, but I just found some inspiration and just started to write down what I was creating, write down what was working and what I liked, and I was able to develop my own pattern, and it's my very first one. So if you are new to my channel, if you've seen me on Instagram, you've seen me talk about them, they're right back there. If you have followed me for a while, I've been talking about my petsicle patterns. So I have my popsicle pattern, I have a bunsicle and a catsicle pattern so far. And I'm working on a couple other patterns, all within the petsicle family. So it's going to be a whole line of petsicles. But this is a great revenue generator, especially when you think about passive income. So it's a lot of work up front. It took me a long time to really figure out how I wanted these guys to look. But once I had it done and once it went live, now it's out there, and now it's on my Etsy. I talk about it on my Palm Street. I talk about it here. I bring it to my markets and I tell people about it. So if I run into other crocheters, I'm able to talk about my patterns there. And it really is a great revenue stream, especially if you're able to build up a lot of patterns. I know some crocheters that hardly do any actual crocheting anymore. They just are really, really good, and selling their own crochets, they're just really good at designing patterns, and they put them out. And again, it's a lot of work up front of, figuring out the pattern and then putting it together, getting the pattern testers, and then marketing the pattern. But after you create it, it's there, it's out there, it becomes part of your brand. So hopefully when people think of me, they think of Petsicles, and they know that I made the Petsicle design, and they can go and purchase my designs. Great revenue stream, great to build your platform, build your audience, build your brand, and it's great for passive income too. Another great revenue stream that you can use for your crochet business is merch. Merch! Oh my gosh! So think of crochet merch, stickers, t-shirts, sweatshirts, crew necks, things that have your logo on them, or things that have funny crochet puns, or things that you're known for. Maybe it's your pattern design. Put some merch out there. That's a great way to have kind of passive income, not so much passive income, but it's not something that's going to be super time intensive that you have to make. Because as we know, crochet, very time intensive work. So if you add some additional merch or some items that don't require you to crochet to make them, to hand make them, it can be a great revenue maker for you. Now, this may not be something that you want to add to your to your revenue streams. And that's okay. Maybe it's not something you want to add to your business, and that is perfectly fine. These are the revenue streams that I have tried to create for my business. It might not work for your business. Maybe you want to do strictly handmade items, and I think that that's awesome. For me, I wanted to incorporate some items that I didn't have to always make. And so for me, merch was great. So a couple of things that I've incorporated are some stickers. So I've designed some of my own Kiss Cut stickers. So this is Crochet All Day. It's in a pink font, and it's that Kiss Cut, which means that it goes around the design itself. It's not like in a square or a circle. I also made another one that is yarn is my love language. This is something I say all the time. I love it so much. So again, it's pink. It's in that Kiss Cut style. You can find these on my Etsy. And then I also have some crew necks. So maybe you have seen these before, but the one that I'm wearing today is yarn is my love language. Like I said, love this phrase, love this sign. It's a very simple design. I use a company called Printful. So what's cool about Printful is that, of course, they will take a cut of what you sell, but you can combine it into your Printful platform. It will combine into your Etsy platform. It will connect, and then you can sell your merch through Printful on your Etsy platform. They also connect with Shopify. They connect with other larger online retail areas as well, or retail websites. And Printful's really great because I don't have to buy a big bulk amount of anything. I can just create the design, upload the design, choose what items that I want to sell and where I want my design to be on. They have all different types of options. So I do crew necks and stickers, but you can do t-shirts, sweatshirts, shorts. I mean, really, like anything that you want to put a logo or a brand on, you absolutely can. And Printful's awesome because, again, I don't need to have this huge, large inventory in my house. I can just use Printful, and they will take care of the inventory for me. They will create it and ship it. I just have to pay a fee to utilize their services. And there you go. I have merch. So again, it's going to take some time to kind of figure out what you want, what's your style, what you like, what you love. But this is something that I really enjoy wearing. I think others might enjoy it too. And it's a great way to add, again, some passive income to your online website. The other forms of revenue that I would love to break into that I have not yet is YouTube and collabs. So obviously I'm on YouTube. I have a YouTube channel. I hope that it continues to grow. I love creating content for everyone. This is a great time. If you are not subscribed yet, please subscribe to my channel. It would mean so much. I love sharing about my crochet journey, the markets that I'm doing, how to grow your crochet business. And I also love doing just like fun crochet and chat vlogs. I've done a video on a honest review of a crochet kit that you can buy from a big box store. I just love to have fun. So if you are interested in that type of content, please like this video, subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you join the party. But I hope that I am able to grow in YouTube, and that can be a form of revenue for me and my crochet business someday. We will see. I understand that consistency is really important, and I try to post videos every single week at the same day and time every single week. But again, I'm still really new to YouTube, so hopefully I'm able to grow and I can see some revenue through that. And then the other one, which I think would be so fun and so amazing, is collabs. Now, typically, you're going to need a pretty big following for collabs. Maybe not as big as I'm thinking, right? I'm thinking like the Crochet by Jenna's and the Wonder Crochets of the world that have huge followings, rightfully so. I love their content, but they do a lot of collabs with other businesses. So would love to break into that one day as well. I'm just going to keep at it, keep growing my following and growing my platform. And then hopefully those revenue streams will open up too. Okay, so that is a wrap on the different revenue streams that I utilize for my crochet business. I hope it gives you some suggestions or some insights into how you can grow your own crochet business. I had so much fun today. I wish you luck on your crochet journey, and we'll see you later.